Hi, welcome to The Skinny. This is Kelly, and on Saturday at the Weight Watcher scale, I lost 2.4. I was really excited. I felt I had a great week. I feel like I'm cracking my Freestyle code and figuring it out. I personally feel that way.
That's good. I'm Kim. I have to say, before I say what happened at the scale, last week I gained a pound and I was very surprised, shocked, and I didn't get what was going on. So I just was determined this week to keep doing what I had been doing because I felt really good about what I was doing.
It was a good week.
It was a good week. So I did a few techniques, and we talked about. I was afraid to weigh in. We had snow.
Yeah.
And I was afraid we were going to be canceled. Kelly's like, because first she thought, are you saying you don't want to go in?
And she's
like,
like,
you don't
no.
weigh in? I was like, oh, no.
I gotta go.
I'm saying I'm going to go, but I'm afraid. Yeah. I'm having scale fear here.
Yeah. She was very like, and she was like, I'm not afraid that I'm going to, she goes, I'm not afraid. She goes, she goes, I've had a great week.
Yeah.
She's like, but I'm afraid despite that great week, I'm going to lose. I'm not going to lose.
Just like the week before.
Yeah.
So I get on the scale, and I think there was 20 people at our meeting because
it was snow.
It was really snowy out. And I lost 3 pounds.
Yeah.
So for a total of 109.4, super excited. So my 7-pound goal, Debbie and I are both working toward, it's for mid-February.
Yeah.
I lost the 1 pound that I gained. 2 more, so I need 5 more pounds by mid-February, so I'm feeling really good and I'm feeling like I'm in it.
And while you were really, I was looking to lose because I really wanted to be at the low end of my maintenance range.
And your comfort.
Because it's my comfort zone, and if an event happens or something should occur and I gain a little bit, it's not a big deal. So it's like I like to be at that end. So we're both in losing mode this week.
Yeah, it felt really good.
It was weird. I'm back, I'm like back in losing mode.
I gotta say, before we even get to really talk about what we did with Freestyle, I want to say, I think one of the reasons for my success this week, honestly, this right here.
I can't say the same.
The water. I have to say, every day at work, I took this, and I have a 32-ounce glass on my desk, and I get 3 of these out of that, and every single day before I leave work, I have to drink this entire thing. It felt good.
Yes.
So I'm attributing that to part of my success.
But let's talk about what we did to tweak.
Yes.
This is what we did. We really looked at our meals. We sat down and pre-planned.
And can I preface this by saying we are hypothyroid?
Yes.
So we are not everyone.
No.
People who don't have that issue are
Yes.
going to be different than we are. And people
Yes.
even who do, everybody's different.
Please understand when we say that we needed to accrue weeklies, that means rolling over points in order to lose. That's just us.
Everybody's not like, there are plenty of
Yes.
people out there who can use their weeklies, lose, and it's no big deal.
But when we were on Smart Points, in order for us to lose, we could eat our dailies and maybe 10-ish of our weeklies. And if it was better if we didn't use any. It was just better for weight loss.
It just was, and that's just who we are.
Yes. So we had our magic number with Smart Points, but now with Freestyle,
it's different because there's 0 items, obviously, that are coming into our day that still have calories.
So we were really concentrating on our plate when we plan meals to say, okay, here's what I want to have with my Smart Points. This is how I'll fill in with my 0 points, my 0 point Freestyle foods.
Yes.
And that seemed to work.
Yes.
But we were also very cognizant of eating eggs and bananas because both of those things, like bananas, are rough for us. We can't do too many. We never could do too many because we noticed if we did, we'd gain.
Yes.
And this was way back when.
Yeah.
Well, I think eggs might be kind of the same thing for us.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to watch.
Just watch. We eat them, but we gotta watch.
I'm certainly not going to be eating 3 eggs a day. That unfortunately is not going to be happening for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be eating 3 bananas a day. That is not going to be happening for me.
So
even though bananas was already one I was very aware of.
It's kind of trying to find your culprit if you're struggling with maybe you feel like there's something. I think for me, eggs were kind of a little bit of a culprit.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it was in our head. But regardless, I just needed to really be cautious of that because it was one of those things like the banana that I wasn't quite sure. But whatever I did this week, it worked. It felt, and I didn't take them out of my diet by any stretch.
But I wasn't eating maybe
just
2 eggs a day. I might eat 1 egg one day, another day might not eat any eggs.
Yeah.
It was just a balance. And it was, I've kind of treated it like I started treating bananas over a period of time, and then I had to be cognizant of even them.
Just aware of it, yeah.
And that was just what we've discovered along our journey. So, you know, we have other friends we've talked to who's like, my culprit is too many carbs. If I eat too many carbs, I tend not to lose.
Yes, I have friends who say if they eat too much bread, then that just creates a problem for them.
Right.
Everybody's different.
You got to kind of find your number.
And I felt like what I ended up doing was I ended up accruing 40 weeklies. By the time I weighed in, I had 40 weeklies in the bank.
Which you went from, what's your standard? You get 20... You get how many weeklies? I don't even look at my weeklies.
We get 28.
I never use them. We get 28. Well, I never use
them
if I can avoid it.
So, and that being said, I'm going to say I accrued the weeklies, but I'm going to say I in no way felt hungry at all. Yeah. I do not feel hungry. So please know that I'm not doing it because I'm just trying to lose. And if I were hungry and I were starved, I would be eating those.
Yes, and I think honestly, too, like I said, we weren't really eating our weeklies if we could avoid it when we were just doing Smart Points. So we're eating, I feel like I'm eating the same amount of foods that I was eating
because we're adding in those zeros and we are utilizing those.
Yep.
And I have to say, this week, my goal is to really kind of only accrue maybe 35. I just want to see.
What's my number?
I just kind of want to play with the number and kind of tweak what I'm doing because I want to make sure, you know, but then again, if I'm not hungry, my goal is to try to watch that because one of the things I talked to my leader about, and this week I was going to work on, because I have a snack every night and I like that snack, I got to say, and I was going to try to break that habit, and man, it was hard. So
it is a habit.
Oh my God. I was, honestly, I have to say, it kind of stressed me out to try to break it. So what I did, here's what I did. I kind of tweaked that because I think I'm gonna have to work on it. Because you know me, I'm a creature of habit and routine. Instead of doing a 4 to 6 point snack, I did a 2 to 4. So I lessened the number of points in my snack, which felt good. And that seemed to work fine. And it's what I'm going to try to work on doing and try to make that less of an important part of my day. Yeah. Because maybe if I lessen the importance of it, because it is my favorite thing of the day is my snack, even over every other meal. Maybe if I lessen the importance of it, it'll be a little easier to kind of not do it all the time.
Yes, you kind of break the habit of the importance. Let's start there.
Because man, when I tried not to do it, I was like,
what's happening?
What's happening? I mean, I was so upset. I was like, this is not good. Yeah. So so you got to figure you out.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a slave to that.
Well, and one of the things that
we did substitute some things this week too.
Because, you know, we do have, she wanted to roll over because, you know, she's like, I wanted to lose weight this week also. Yes. I doubt that I will be rolling quite that much over because I'm trying to maintain at this point. So I'm not going to be, you know, more as concentrated on that. But for me, it's like, so we have 23 daily points. How do I either roll over or not roll over? And it became creating things that are in the Smart Point foods that we love, but trying to make them lower or zero.
And we were eating a spaghetti sauce and a pizza sauce that both had points.
Yes.
So we talked about last week how we had the crock pot, the Daily Dose of Pepper, crock pot marinara going on.
Thank you, Debbie. It changed our lives.
Yes, Debbie pushed me. She was like, you need to make it. I mean, I knew Daily Dose of Pepper, we love her stuff, but I just had never thought about doing it. And she kind of nudged me to do it, you know, because you can control the sodium. So we did make it. And I have to say, it's delicious. I've used it as my pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce. Wonderful.
Happy campers.
Happy.
We froze them. We pull them out as we need them. But then if we pull one baggie out, we'll put it in something like this for, you know, a little on pasta or a little on pizza.
In and out of the fridge. Life's good. I have to point out, one of the best things, I think, when we started doing this, mason jars became kind of a great tool for us.
Yeah.
For things like this. You know, you can jar it. And we actually yesterday made Emily Bites beefy American goulash, which is a
talked about before because we love it.
I always put them in these mason jars. This holds 1.5 cups. So the beef American goulash, that's 6 points. Because for the 2 cups, it's 8 points. This is plenty. And I take this for lunch, grab and go. I can heat it in this at work.
Because it's glass.
Easy peasy. Yeah. Life is good. When I'm done making it, they go in jars, go right in the fridge.
Yeah, we tend to do different sizes depending on
different things.
What we're doing. But, you know, they're great because they are glass.
I'm a fan.
And you can microwave in them.
As I've been utilizing the last couple of days, I thought, we got to talk about these. I don't think we've really ever talked about them. I know in the past I've talked about my mason jar salads, and this is the one I use for salads.
But this one is great because you can eat out of it because it's a wider mouth. It's the squat one. And we bought this really early on in our journey, and we've used it We use them all the time.
And I gotta say, they come with the metal lids. I always buy a pack of these, and I love these.
Of course, take off the lid before you microwave.
I love these things. Yeah, but these, I mean, I love the plastic lid. But yeah, those I gotta say we get so utilized.
Yeah.
But going back, being able to substitute a sauce that was jarred and processed and full of sodium with something that's not,
and that we were paying for,
felt really
point-wise.
good. Right. So we're going to try to make efforts in certain spots where we can.
Well, I think it's
Some
healthier.
substitution.
I think it's a
It is
healthier.
healthier.
It's not a processed. It's a healthier alternative.
And
I
much-
think more healthy would be if we were, breaking it even down
much-
and not buying canned
much
tomatoes.
more delicious.
It was, oh my gosh, very tasty. Very
Delicious,
tasty.
I have to say. And I did buy, when I did buy the ingredients, I made sure my crushed tomatoes and things like that were low sodium if I could
Of course, we
find them.
talked about last
low
week
sodium.
the Meyer or
Yep,
zero.
low sodium. So I felt really good about some of the steps that we made. And I have to say,
Yes.
one of my other steps, I've made a couple of, it's been a week. Week of discovery.
This has been a process of the last couple weeks, really trying to work out
really
what was
has.
happening with us
What's
in
happening?
in the new program for us.
I used to talk about how I don't drink my calories.
She lied.
Well, no, I've just discovered I have to, because I found something that keeps me full. The Premier Shake.
I drink these occasionally.
I have to say, the caramel, oh my God. Right now at Sam's and Costco, and they're on sale at both places, I believe. The yogurt, when I decided the eggs wasn't going to be happening because I was gagging, the yogurt I love, but within 2.5 hours, I'm starving. These I drink at 6 a.m. at my desk, and some of it I'll use for my coffee creamer, so I don't have to pay for any coffee creamer, but my 2 points that I'm drinking. So I have my coffee in this, and I am good to go till lunchtime.
Yeah, I think
6
that's
a.m.
important.
to
Yeah.
12. 30 grams of protein.
a lot.
So sometimes I don't love to drink it, but I love the flavor, and I'm learning to deal with it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm full. That's what it comes down to.
I, on the other hand, I still eat a breakfast, but that is my fallback.
Yep,
If
it is a
we go to
fallback.
our meeting, I'll take that. Or, if I don't feel like really dealing with breakfast, I'll do that. But for the most part, I still eat.
So we've done a lot of things to kind of try to tweak. And
We
I know
have.
we've talked in the past about we don't really like to cook, but we've kind of started to evolve toward doing things.
over all of this time, if you've watched our videos,
Yeah.
you can see we've kind of really, it was like we only wanted to prepare food, and we've had to really
somewhat transition,
and we have over the years because it's become necessary.
It has.
And actually, I think we've learned to enjoy the process and enjoy the kind of fun it is to find something that really
Try new
satisfies you and you
things.
like.
Yes.
And it's easy after a period of time to
Yes.
just do it because it's second nature.
But so we are cooking more and trying new things. I mean, granted, it's nothing gourmet. It's nothing exciting.
That's never gonna
We're not
happen.
we're not recreating the wheel.
No.
We're getting recipes and we're just making them. So one of the things,
Sometimes we'll add our little spin on it,
Yeah.
but other than that,
yeah, because sometimes I gotta add my spin to something because I like something or a little bit different.
Replace
Like
something.
sometimes I'll beefy American goulash. Sometimes I'll
I
add a can
add
of corn. And it's just delicious.
now it's free.
One of the things that I did do,
Yeah.
pulled the trigger. She had done in the past. You've heard about her
I probably mentioned it somewhere in our videos. The
doing
Instant Pot.
the Instant Pot. How she was watching videos and doing.
I've been watching videos for like a year and a half.
So I started watching them. And I was obsessed. So now I ordered the Instant Pot, and it will be here Wednesday.
I think one of the things that probably made me go, okay, all right, let's do it, was this pasta sauce, this marinara sauce takes 8 hours in a crock
8 to
pot.
10.
It's going to take a lot less in an Instant Pot.
And the thing is with the Instant Pot, you can use it as a crock pot. And if I do have time and I'm home and I want to do the 8 to 10 hours, it can go in there too.
Yeah, but
Or I can do the pressure cooker version of it. Probably I'm gonna try it and see how it does, and I can probably cut my time down significantly.
oh yeah.
So I'm excited. I am super excited about bringing in something that
It'll be fun.
and I know people who have them and they love them, and I really feel like it might be something that might be really beneficial.
I'm
excited.
I can't believe it's taken us this long to pull the trigger. I mean, but here we go. Let's put it this way. How long did it take us to pull the trigger on the 2-ingredient dough? It took us forever. Everybody else had pulled the trigger. You and I were just like,
We're weird.
we need to do that.
Sometimes we have to think on stuff. We're weird. I mean, sometimes I have to like ruminate.
Yeah. But the 2-ingredient dough has still changed my life. It's still changed.
I haven't made the bagels yet.
No,
I have the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's, so I need to make the bagels. And I tell ya, I am so looking forward to it.
Yeah. We did see on Instagram, I think it was at Mela Marie,
Yes.
This was a neat trick. She took
Yes.
her donut pan.
Which I have.
Yeah.
I have. It is the 6 donut pan that you see that they're non-stick.
To do the bagels, she basically set the bagels, kind of shaped them into those, because it's almost
Yes.
like a little template.
It is. And then sprinkle the stuff on
How
and you get
smart.
6 bagels out of it.
How smart is that?
How smart
I'm
is
like,
that?
at first I was like, how am I going to shape these so they don't look really crazy?
And look like we don't know what we're doing.
And then I'm like, oh, I saw this and I was like, Genius. Yeah.
So I'm excited about those. But here's the thing. I'm trying to watch too much bread. So if I know I'm going to make the dough for this or that, then I don't make it for other. I don't want there to be dough like that in my life every single day. I can't do that.
Well, again, it's knowing yourself, knowing your body. Kind of along this journey, you will figure things out. You will figure, okay, really doing this 2-ingredient dough every day wouldn't be good for me in weight loss.
I know I can't have the pizza, even though I could. I know my body can't have the pizza 3 or 4 times a week. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like that's something that.
Well,
my body will be very receptive to.
Sometimes it's the trial and error of just like how we figured out bananas probably weren't a good call. It was like, what do I notice in my tracker that keeps kind of making me, keeps tricking me? Like, okay, I'm going to look at this and I'll think, what did I do this week that's a common denominator from other weeks?
Yes.
And sometimes you look at that and you go, oh my gosh, I had like 3 bananas here, 2 bananas here, 1 banana here. I had this many bananas all week. And I just, over time, really realized what was consistent. And it was like...
And then when you cut them out or lower them, then you're successful and you're like, maybe that was my problem.
Trying things. It's really, if you're struggling and you're not sure if there's something tripping you up, look at your tracker and see if you can find some common denominators. That's what the best thing about tracking is, because tracking shows you this is what I ate, and you can make comparisons in a week. Even if you think I've had a great week, why did I gain? If that happens to you kind of over and over a period of time, inspect those weeks. Is there a common food that was maybe really high on your tracker for those weeks that seemed, oh my gosh, there was a lot of bananas in all 3 of these weeks, or there was a lot of eggs, and then
or a lot of bread.
Do a little test for a couple weeks and lower that. I'm not saying get rid of it altogether, but maybe lower it and see if that makes a difference.
Well, and
it's trial and error.
The plus of pre-tracking is one of the things when I pre-track, like this morning, I actually pre-tracked my day so that I could, and it all came down to lunch got to be the last decision thing. I got my dinner in, knew what I was having for dinner. I got my breakfast in, kind of, because it's kind of standard. And I tweaked lunch, and I knew I was going to have a snack, which I'll share my snack with you later. I'll show it to you. I tweaked that, and it just gives me the ability to kind of tweak things. And if like, oh, I'm having corn here, so I'm not having it. I'm not eating corn at 2 meals. I'm sorry. I know it's 0, but
you know
I know me. If I want to have a vegetable, if I've already had corn, eat green beans. I mean, just because I can have corn and peas doesn't mean I can't still have green beans.
Yeah.
And feel better sometimes about choosing the green bean over the corn or pea.
Well, you might say, I'm having corn at dinner, so if I'm going to add a veggie at my lunch, I'm not going to make it a corn or a pea. I'm going to go ahead and make it
or carrot, or I'm going to something broccoli, something different.
Looking at things, if you're struggling, it's looking at things to see where you think they might be getting you.
Isn't
getting me?
Moderation still a great word? There's a moderation of things, and that's where I'm trying to really work out for me, not to have too much of one thing in a day.
And a good balance.
A good balance. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to eliminate anything.
No.
I'm trying to just work the balance.
Yeah.
And I think for me that's going to work best.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep.
I do. I feel good about it. I'm going to show you, Weight Watchers, I was so super excited. They had a new item today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Saturday. Unfortunately, it wasn't the gingerbread snaps, which, the ginger snaps were a fave. Unfortunately, I'm still working on them coming back. I'm still working on the protest. How I'm going to protest the ginger snap. How? So, they came back with something they had I think they said 10 years ago. And I remember this now.
Yeah.
I tasted it. Oh, I remember this one.
It was one of our jaunts into Weight Watchers.
Oh, yeah, many, many moons ago. The dark chocolate raspberry bar. Yeah. There is a lovely little layer of raspberry jelly right in there.
Delicious.
It's delicious.
3 SPs.
Oh,
Very
and
good.
worth the 3 SPs. I have to say, I don't eat a lot of the mini bars. The mini bars can, sometimes wonder if I'm going to throw them away because they'll sit in our thing and we'll eat half
Forever.
of them. And then 6 months later, we're like, don't you think we need to pitch that? These...
except the toffee ones. I'm sorry.
Oh,
but
except
I
the
love
toffee ones. Those go. But I mean,
Those
the
are
other
so
ones,
good.
the toffee ones go.
the toffee ones. Oh.
But they have less bars in them. This is the 12 bar packs. More times than not, we end up throwing away half of them because they've been there 6 months or a year.
Yeah.
This one I don't think is going to happen to.
No.
This one I think we're going to eat the whole box.
Yummy.
So I'm super excited to see these again, and I loved them, and they are just as good now.
Yep. So if you are struggling with flex, freestyle. I want to say flex because the UK
We
flex
heard-
first,
we
and that's
heard
what I
that
heard
first.
I always want to say flex.
I know. And I actually really like it because it's short and sweet.
I do too.
I know.
But if you are struggling with freestyle still, we get it. We struggled too, and I feel like each week we're figuring it out,
Just
and I
tweak
feel
it.
better about it, and I feel like I'm on the right path.
I feel like I can jump on the train and feel confident that this was a good that I was able to work this move.
Yeah.
A lot of people came naturally too, and it just worked great off the bat for them. But the same way for the points, there's people who were doing points plus who were not happy about smart points, and they had to figure it out.
And sometimes I think it's, when you've been doing this so
Yeah.
long, you have a lot of people who, I think some of the people that can be struggling are people who've been doing this for
Yes.
years, 3-4 years. To make the change might be a little harder when you've done it for so long, and it's just
Yeah.
like, what's happening? But I think you
It's
can
working
work
it
it
out.
out. It's just trying to to figure out what you're doing and what you can do to move forward to help your process.
My best advice, track. And even if you're not a big tracker, I'm going to say for a couple of weeks, commit to the tracking if you're struggling with the freestyle.
Yeah.
Even track the 0 items. I know they say it's flexible, then you don't have to do that. I will never not track the zeros.
And I wasn't going to either.
It gives you a view of what you did.
It does.
You can look back if you're struggling and say, try to pinpoint, what
Just
you're
what
doing.
we were saying a minute ago,
It's information. It's knowledge.
It's information.
So start tracking just so you can look back
Yep.
and see what you've done. And that way, if you have a great, successful week, you know what you've done.
Yeah.
So that's really my big suggestion is track, pre-track, and really take a look. And you
Yeah.
can look back.
Yep. I think that's the smartest thing to do right now.
I do too.
So we will see you guys next week.
Lighter.
Maintaining. Later.
Bye.
Bye.